welcome back to our New York studio. Coming up now on our doubleheader games, some of you will see New Orleans at Seattle, elsewhere Atlanta at Denver, and for most of you, the 49ers and Rams, the two powerhouses in the NFC West. You know, a year ago this month, the Rams, along with the Colts and Bills, pulled off one of the biggest trades in recent sports history. All-Pro Eric Dickerson went to Indianapolis, linebacking prospect Cornelius Bennett to Buffalo, and the Rams reaped some high draft choices as well as a throw-in running back named Greg Bell. Now Bell is taking his toll on the rest of the league as one of the fresh new faces on the LA sports scene. In Los Angeles, they know all about big trades and how they can deliver overnight success, or maybe even lift a team to the top. And the results can be just as dramatic if that key player happens to be an unexpected bonus.
A lot of people have asked me, do I want to be the NFL leading rusher? I've never been on a team since I've been in the NFL that has won 5 games. So I'm already happy with the way my team is going.
Again, it's Dickerson. Hit behind the line of scrimmage. Ball's loose.
We're 1-5, which we're not really happy about. We lost some real close games. Some of it has come from mistakes that we've made, I've made. Would I rather be back with the Rams because they're 5-1? No, I wouldn't. That's behind me now.
A week of speculation ends today with a scene Colts fans will long remember. The NFL's
A year ago, Eric joined the Colts and led them to a division title. And while Eric still leads the league in rushing right now, Greg Bell is gaining fast. He's only 8 yards behind Eric the Great. Greg, tell me now, how early is it Monday when you pick up the morning paper? Do you look down and see how Eric Dickerson did, how many yards he gained?
Oh, you find that out immediately here. I mean, every week I've had a chance to grab the Monday paper. I guess that's the first thing. Dickerson does this, or Dickerson had this, or Dickerson fumbled. You know, the headlines here, they make a point of trying to show exactly what Indianapolis is doing as a team also.
I think the expectations of our football team is not as high, say, if we played in California, in L.A., because everyone likes to win. Everyone likes to win anywhere, but I think it's more pressure out there.
It's hard to believe this is the same Greg Bell the Rams tried to trade all last summer. Injury-prone throughout his career, he finally broke through when Charles White made headlines. Now with White's return, Coach John Robinson couldn't be happier with the situation.
Last year we had Charlie White, and I was the second tailback, you know, and there, you know, so we were desperate all of that last half of last year. So I feel great. I don't think any runner gets through a whole 16-game season. I think there are a few. I think Eric was maybe indestructible. Maybe Herschel Walker. Those guys kind of get into that kind of category. But running backs take a big beating.
I have a big heart. It's like a stallion, I guess. You have a stallion. Some can be a good stallion, and you have a great stallion that stands over there with the long mane. And I feel like I'm the great stallion.
He's the greatest stallion we've seen in many years, and he has given Greg Bell a paycheck to shoot at.
Does Greg Bell have an incentive clause if he leads the NFC in rushing?
Yeah, I got plenty of incentive clauses.
What the heck what are incentive clauses? I never had any.
George never gave.
Never gave them. No.
Hey, Dick, in the Ram game with the 49ers, now 49er coach Bill Walsh scripts the first 15 plays of the games. He still do that?
Right. I talked to him this week, and he said, yep, we're going to run those 15 plays. And I said, well, what do you do? I mean, you know, the Rams have this new defense, this 2-5 business, a lot, you know, 5 linebackers. He says, I don't care what they're in. What this allows me to do is to check them out defensively and see where their weak point is. And then he says, as the game goes on, we start working on their weak points. So I guess it's working for them.
Dick, let's show everybody what the weak point of the Phoenix Cardinals is. That is the secondary. 23-10 now, and it is the Mark Rippon show. Watch him here. His first touchdown, right in the corner. Great catch by Art Monk. Dick, what about young Mark Rippon?
Well, what can you say? This guy's coming on like gangbusters. You know, Coach Gene Stallings of the Cardinals told me last night that you've got to control the line of scrimmage. Well, the Cardinals aren't controlling it, and Rippon is free to rip it because he's throwing it very well.
And there is Monk going in for his second touchdown, 23-10, and the Redskins trying to climb into a first-place tie. This one's going to really surprise you. Detroit leading the Giants 10-7. And, Dick, what happened to Pepper Johnson, the linebacker of the Giants here?
Well, he had Gary James on coverage, and he just, when Rusty started scrambling, he lost him, lost sight of where he was. Rusty oiled his arm and cranked a long one, and it's kind of embarrassing when you're sitting in those media meetings when the guy gets behind you like that. This is a case that Giant Lion game is a case of one can't score and the other can't hold anybody, really.
Yeah, and wait till the New York media gets its hands on the Giants if they lose this one. Now, here is a tough defensive battle. 3-3 the tie. 6 sacks of Randall Cunningham by the Browns so far. New England has intercepted Boomer Esiason 4 times. They have just gone ahead 20-0, pending the extra points still to come. So they are dominating the unbeaten Bengals right now. Houston gets back Warren Moon. He gives them a big emotional lift, not to mention a 43-yard touchdown pass to Jack Givens. Raiders in Kansas City. Bo Jackson playing. He's rushed for 43 yards in the first half. Eric Dickerson, whom you just saw in that feature, has scored 2 touchdowns for the Colts. They lead Tampa Bay 21-10. Green Bay and Minnesota, Tommy Kramer knocked out of the game. Enter Wade Wilson. And right away, he gets something accomplished out of the shotgun. This one to Leo Lewis. And still plenty of time now for the Vikes to come back. But the Packers have played a pretty solid game so far, and they have taken a 16-7 lead. Dallas and Chicago, all Bears. Another quarterback falls, Steve Pallur. And Dick, what happened to Pallur in this game?
Well, Steve, you know, was in the pocket and he broke out to scramble. And as you'll see as we roll it here is that, you know, he just makes a bad slide. See, he gets caught up there, and Mike Singletary finishes a, you know, nice hit and everything. It's just that Steve made a lousy slide.
Now watch this reverse.
All right, Coach Ditka's on the sideline. Throw up your arms, Jimmy McMahon. Don't throw a block. All right.
Yeah, no blocks from McMahon. This is what he wants to see. Crank that right arm, Ron Morris, and could be a very, very tough go for the Cowboys right now. Those of you down in Dallas and all the Cowboy fans realize how tough that schedule gets. And we're going to continue with the NFL today on CBS right after these messages from your local stations.